Now, in the midst of the shootings from last week and sort of recovering from that, countless more shootings have happened that I want to tell you about. A gunman showed up in West Baltimore at the vigil for a homicide victim and opened fire, wounding 5 people, 4 women and 1 man, before running away. The vigil was for Doreen Schofield's 24-year-old son, who himself was killed on Sunday. Meanwhile, yesterday, there was a shooting in a Michigan courthouse, which saw 2 court officers, bailiffs as they're called, shot and killed. A couple more injured. The shooter was a suspect in custody who managed to disarm a court officer, eventually shot and killed himself by police. This, interestingly, Lewis, many states do not have armed court officers, maybe specifically for this reason. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. But if, like we've said many times, if we were to just cover shootings that happen,
that'd be the show.
It'd be, and we might have to double the length of the show.
Yeah. Also, recently, you might not have heard that a shooter went on a rampage in Bristol, Tennessee, killing 1 and injuring 4. This is anecdotal. These are 4 anecdotal stories. Well, plus the other 2 and the big one in Dallas. Seven anecdotal stories from the last week. But it is representative of a pretty big problem, which is that mass shootings, shooting deaths of police, shootings by police are all up this year compared to the same period last year. Fatal shootings by police up about 6% over the same period last year. Fatal shootings of police up 39% from the same period in 2015. Mass shootings up 5 times more than the same period last year, although the outlier there is the mass shooting at Pulse nightclub in Orlando very, very recently. And lastly, gun fatalities that usually don't make the news, what I like to call, it's crazy that I need to have a term for this, what I call normal homicides, normal in the U.S. homicides, those are also up 9% over the same period in 2015. So it's really important to remember, violence overall has been declining in the United States. Some say, well, this means we don't have to worry about gun violence. No, that's insane. It should be extra concerning that even though the overall level of violence is going down, the number of shootings over the last few years has actually gone up. We should be more concerned because the context is generally reducing violence.
We just have to compare to other countries at our level of development.
Oh, Lewis, but come on. They're not as patriotic as we are. Yeah. Liberty, freedom, etc.
Right. The freedom to punch people in the face. Even adjust per capita, the numbers are pretty shocking. It is a culture of violence, and unfortunately, we have guns that just empower people to go nuts.
Gun fetishists, known as ammosexuals to some, will point to the declining overall crime rate as a reason to be happy about gun ownership. But the problem with that is that gun violence is up while violent crime overall is down. So we really need to think critically about this. We've done it in the past. The ammosexuals don't like it, and they will usually respond by saying, David, something about me being Jewish and you're not taking my guns. I mean, that's sort of the reaction that we typically get from people when we talk about this.
Yes, maybe about 35%.
Yeah.
Would you put it at that? Yeah.
At least of the negative comments, that's for sure.
Right.